Hello, everyone. Welcome. It is the Our Turf Football Podcast. This is our holiday show, so we got silly little hats and all kinds of funness for you tonight. There's so much things to talk about. We decided to kind of change it up for this show tonight. We're gonna do a little Festivus, like I guess you would call it, right?
What? Okay, we're gonna air our grievances.
Well, yes, that's probably kind of, right? Like, I mean, sort of, a little bit, but we usually have such a great time on this show, and I'm so glad that all four of us can make it. We have Sonia, we have Kate, we have Lisa, and I'm Dana, and we're so excited to have all of our friends in chat who are already over there chatting away. I'm very excited, and we appreciate you guys so much. Please, if you are watching over on Twitter or X or Facebook, on any of them, come over to the YouTube channel, hop in our live chat, because we got some questions for our chat tonight. We want to make sure that you guys get in there and get your opinions heard, and we like to share on the show, as you guys know from watching. So before we get started, of course, I want to thank our sponsor of 5 years, Donkey's Place Cheesesteak. They are the best cheesesteak on the East Coast. They are located in New Jersey, 3 locations, Medford, Mount Holly, and Camden. But you can always go to goldbelly.com, which I have seen a ton of ads for Goldbelly lately, because I guess around the holidays is when they really are busiest.
Picking up. Yep.
But you can go to goldbelly.com. You can type in Donkey's Place Cheesesteak, and they will pop right up, and they will mail it right to your house, no matter where you're at in the United States. So might be too late for Christmas. You might need to look into New Year's, but please, it's a great thing to do. And make sure you tell them that we sent you. All right. So what we decided to do for the show tonight is we decided that we were going to give a little holiday gift to some teams that need a little pick-me-up. Let's just say that. They need, they aren't in the playoffs. They're out of the playoffs for sure, even with 2 weeks remaining. And we thought, if they could ask Santa what they could, for something for Christmas, what would they ask for? And so tonight we're going to look at those teams and tell you what we think they should be asking Santa for. So we'll see how all of us have split it up. It'll be really fun for all of us, and it'll be a good time. But before we get to that, the Pro Bowl was announced today. And so a lot of players are really excited. I loved the little thing they were doing with the stockings they were putting on everyone's locker that said Pro Bowl on them. I thought that was really cute, except for Chris Jones. Chris Jones, a defensive player for the Kansas City Chiefs. He doesn't give 2 craps about the Pro Bowl. He said it just like that. Yay, he got in, but it means nothing because he didn't make it when he had 15 sacks. So that's just, it's a popularity contest and it's dumb. I thought, what a way to say thank you. I was a little surprised at that. Also, we were asked over on
kind of
Twitter.
Right.
Well, it is a popularity contest, please. You're right. Absolutely.
It is.
But I was asked over on Twitter today about, I think it was a DK Metcalf situation and all the videos that have come out and everything that has happened. I'm dying to get your guys' opinions on this. I'm dying to hear your thoughts because I have a thought. Having had DK on my team for a lot of years, I definitely have some thoughts. So let's start. Sonia, I'm going to start with you. New videos have come out. We have all kinds of information. Come to find out he's going to lose $44 million if this is upheld in guarantees over the next 2 years. This is a big deal, kids. Sonia, where are you at with it?
This is a huge deal. And, he needs to have his head on just a little bit better. But number one, that fan was kind of stupid. Why are you following DK all this way? Get a life, bro. But DK needs to have his head on. He needs to know that this could happen, that this is going to happen. And you can't get into the stands. You can't interact with fans in the stands. You can take a picture. You can give them the ball. But you can't push them away, whatever he did. You can't do that. You just can't.
Absolutely.
So that's my big take.
This was a bad business decision, Lisa. He made a bad business decision. And this whole thing, I know you got a thought. I'm dying to hear it.
I do. My thought is, where's security? Where's the guys on the sideline? Right, Kate? Right?
I've been to games, Lisa. I was thinking the same thing. I can't get that close to them. I can't hang over the edge for 20 minutes. And in one of the videos, the fan like goes to the side and there's a security woman behind him just standing there.
I mean, I don't get it either. I mean, I don't know. It's so bizarre to me because it's like
I can't get down there. You get down 2 steps from the end, and there's somebody saying, "I'm sorry, ma'am, you can't come
right."
down here.
Yeah.
I mean, the way the whole video concerning everybody's videotape, there's no security anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And that was my thought. It's like, okay, wait a minute. So, you know, I understand like players with the wives, like you guys said, they give them the ball, they kiss their kids and stuff like, but this is some crazy ass fan that's hanging a thing.
Yeah.
And apparently he knows him. It's a bizarro thing, you know, something, you know, I don't know. And especially when he just walked over there. I mean, obviously they're saying now that he knew the guy, he's had problems with before. Then why are you going over to him? Why you don't get security and say, look, this guy's something's weird. I just don't know. I don't know if I'm missing something or what.
Yeah, I'm in the same place. None of that has anything to do with the bad behavior of the fan and DK. I think the penalty ought to fit the crime, though. That feels a little harsh. But that was just my biggest question about the whole thing was, I would love to go down there and be chit-chatting with players when I'm covering the game. I'm up in the booth. Like you can't get down there. And yeah.
Here's the thing. So all these different videos have come out now from different angles. And yes, this is what we know. DK has had problems with this player in the past. He's turned him into security before. This guy has an absolute bone to pick with DK and follows him to torture him. That's kind of the impression I'm getting. And then the last video that came out later today that has been turned over to the NFL it was from behind the fan. And after DK pushed him, slapped him, punched him, whatever it was, he turned around, he goes, that was the point. Like he said, that was his whole point. And he was so proud of himself. My thing is, number one, ban that fan for life.
Exactly.
That fan is not allowed to have, if that is your whole go, you're out. You're out for good. Kid. Number two, damn it, DK, you know better.
Exactly.
You know better. You just stay away. That is not who DK is. If you guys know anything about DK Metcalf, he will be pushed only so far and then he will retaliate. He has a long list of trouble he has gotten in the NFL, which supposedly is why some of these guaranteed were tied to him not getting in trouble. So I think that's where part of that comes from. But it just seems, I'm assuming what's going to happen is this. They'll find DK. They'll probably bring it down to a 1-game suspension. And then the team will change the guarantee. Because if this guy's whole purpose is to do that and their security wasn't doing their job, then you got to split the blame, ban the fan for life, and kind of move on. So I think that's it. Oh, Darcy said his suspension got upheld.
I was about to say, I thought I saw that.
I missed that.
I can't find my phone, but yeah, I thought it got upheld.
Oh, that's really too bad. But at the same time, DK was totally in the wrong. You can't lay your hands on somebody. Like you can't. Right. Like I get it, but that fan better be banned for life too. That's all I'm saying.
Agree
for sure.
Agree.
I don't know. Yeah. I hope so. So Big Red said, is this all on DK or does the fan get repercussions? I hope so. It's
a little bit of both, right? Do we agree it's a little bit of both? And I think it's on security too. It's on the Steelers. You know, at this point, you know what he's about. Well, yeah, but I mean, as far as DK with the Steelers, if this, and that's why you're putting it, and he's a hothead on the field too, right? Yes. Cornerbacks love that. They're going to try to get in his head because they, but could it happen at the worst time? You're fighting for the playoffs, bro.
Yeah.
And you do this, and it's the same thing. Honestly, I'm with Dana. Something needs to be happening with this fan.
Yeah.
Because that's just blatant.
Yeah, I agree too.
Bad too.
When DK played for the Seahawks, we always said he lucky he didn't have to go against Sherman because the two of them would have beat each other to a bloody pulp the way they talk to each other. So that would have been really interesting. But yes, and so Sue agrees with us too. Fan needs to be having a lifetime ban, but it's DK knows better too. Yeah, I totally agree. Yes. And then, like Darcy said, also means his $45 million in future fully guaranteed money was now left voided. The team can't change that though. So it'll be decided.
Hopefully they will. Do you think this will change the Steelers' view on it right now, to have somebody there to, like, let's talk to players. Like, look, no players are allowed to go now. Are we going to change this whole aspect? Even if it's family, stay your ass on the bench.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. All right, let's move on to fun things. Should we do that? Let's do that. Let's do that. So what we did is we took the teams and we decided there were 14 of them that already have been eliminated from the playoffs. And we decided that we were going to go ahead and look at these teams and see what gift should they get for Christmas that will help their team next year. What do they most need as, a bolster going into the 2026 season? Kate and Lisa took the AFC. Sonia and I took the NFC. And so let's go ahead. Lisa, I'm actually going to start with you if you're ready.
Okay. Right.
And she's going to go through a handful of teams, and then we'll go to Kate and get the AFC done, and then we'll do the NFC.
All right. I got the Jets, Chiefs, and the Dolphins. I'll start with the Chiefs because I think they're more of the team that people are talking about right now. GM Brett Veach and Andy Reid have some work to do in this offseason. One thing, obviously, Patrick Mahomes isn't going anywhere. The big talk is Travis Kelce. They're going to have to rework and retool some talent on that team. And I'm going to the trenches. You got to keep Patrick Mahomes on his feet here. You're going to need some playmakers. So they broke this team down all week, as you know, on the media, what's going to happen. They benched Gardner Minshew and brought up their practice squad quarterback.
Well, Gardner hurt his knee.
Right.
They thought he had torn his ACL. Yeah.
Right. It's the same thing. But
yeah.
I still like the call, even though Gardner Minshew. We know what he's got. Let's see what we got on the bench. I love that attitude of, you've got to see it. And so the retooling, I believe, is going to be done through the draft. Hopefully some free agents. I heard they're kind of trying to scout. If Travis Kelce does walk, they're going to need, some playmakers. That's what they need. So they're going to have to go. I think so. The Wiseman of the Chiefs is going to go offensive line and playmakers and try to revamp and build around the block. I'd say you got, to me, 2 years out to get this team back to where, they need to be. As far as that's concerned, the Jets, I think the Jets are easy. The Jets need a quarterback. I think the Justin Fields, era is done. They've done, so you'll see them starting to rebuild. They're going to hit free agency hard, I believe. Try to do the offensive line. I think the defensive side of the ball, Aaron Glenn's got his hands on. I think you'll see a lot of changes made there. So I think it's just more of an upgrade player talent and the quarterback hunt as the same. With the Jets. So they've got their work cut out. GM Darren Magnificent said that, they'll look at every aspect. They'll sit down just like every team at the end of the year, kind of get, because you have your free agents coming up, who's going to be available, who you're going to lose, who we keeping. So I think that regime's going to recoup some players. I think they're going to let some players go and kind of build around nucleus of a young team.
Yeah.
The Dolphins are the big question here in the AFC East because McDaniels, some say safe, some Adam Schefter reported that there's actually been, and I have also confirmed this through several of my sources down there, there's been no decision on Mike McDaniel. There's no guarantee he's staying. There's no, I know it. Same aspect of that, I still like the bringing, Quinn in to kind of see what you have on the bench. You got to kind of see what you have. Reports are the same thing. Just, average, nothing fancy, nothing shiny there. No way we can pull a quarterback out of our hat next year. We're definitely going to need to go to a bridge quarterback somewhere like a Cousins, Mariota, somewhere, something there till they can figure out. They still have a GM, guys. We still need a GM. So the wish list is going to be head coach, GM, and quarterback.
But if you were Santa, can only give them one of those things, what would you give them?
Oh God, that's a dumb question for me.
A quarterback. No, it was a baiting question.
What are you trying to bait me for?
That was bait.
A 6'7" quarterback.
I think I was on the fence with McDaniels. I'd like to see him with another quarterback, to be honest with you. But the play calling is just so suspect now. So I think we're gonna have to go GM, head coach, and then quarterback, probably next couple years. So
we got some questions for you, Lisa.
All right, go ahead.
So Sue wants to know who you want for quarterback. I'm assuming for Miami.
Oh, like as in the draft right now, or I'd like Dante Moore.
No, any of them.
Oh,
even free agents, whatever you want.
I wouldn't mind taking Cousins as a bridge, depending on who the coach is. Okay. You know, that to me is going to matter the whole thing, and GM and head coach, because we're in purgatory right now. Because it's like, okay, I can tell you I want Cousins, but would the new GM or head coach want Cousins?
Sure.
So I'm like, there. If you pin me back and said if I could trade 4 first-round picks to move up in the draft, I'm taking more out of Oregon. Better than Mendoza. The kid's athletic. You know, he's over 6 foot, which is awesome. So
and Emery Hunt said the same thing. More over Mendoza.
I would take more over Mendoza tomorrow, and I would definitely give 2 first rounds if they took it to get him. But right now, I don't think we could do anything until we get a new GM and head coach.
Yeah,
the direction's going to have to turn to
your quarterback.
I did it.
Kristen says, "Do you want McDaniel to stay?" That's what Kristen wants to.
I did. I wanted to see what he would do with Quinn Ewers, and just to kind of see. But I'm seeing the same play calls over and over and over again, and it's just like it just seems like he's just run out of things to do, and the guy looks spent. I mean, he just looks like he's just ready to, hit the showers. So
yeah,
I kind of think that he's done. And I think they're done with him in Miami. So, right now I would have to go head coach. I'll go head coach. And I have no idea which direction the Miami Dolphins would go. I would love to. And if I had a wish list, and I'm going to just put it out there right now, this is going to be my wish list. I think if you're Stephen Ross, you have to bring some respect, history back to this team. I'm pulling Chris Shula from the Rams. And I'm tapping him.
What about Mike McCarthy?
The thing in Dallas scares me with him, because we don't.
What happened in Dallas?
Yeah, we don't have a quarterback, and that's the thing. I think with Chris, he brings the Shula name back. I think he gives them more time to, because he's a defensive guy. So I think it, gives a little bit more leeway for them to work on the offensive line and stuff like that. But my wish list, I'd love for them to tap Chris Shula, and bring some magic back.
Kate, you had the other AFC teams.
So we have 4 other teams in the AFC who have already been mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. Let's start with the Tennessee Titans. They have a league high $109 million available in cap space. They are in the best position of any
money.
And they need to spend that money to get Cam Ward some help. I think Cam has made a lot of progress this year, considering they fired their head coach in the middle of the season. He's made a lot of progress, but he needs help. And so, in the draft, I'm sure they're going to go for, those sexy position players that are going to help Cam out. The biggest thing that they need to do is make the right choice in their next head coach. And for me, it's either still in Clint Kubiak, the OC out of Seattle, or Joe Brady, the OC from Buffalo. They need somebody to come in there and continue that development with Cam Ward. So for me, for the Titans, they've just got to pick the right head coach for this year. The Raiders, I'm okay with Pete Carroll. They've got Ashton Jeanty, who's doing really well. They've got Max Crosby. They've got Brock Bowers and a nice set of receivers. Geno is struggling this year, and Kenny Pickett hasn't looked any better. So I would love for them to get a quarterback in the draft, but maybe the more realistic option is for them to take a wide receiver in the draft, either like a Mekhi Lemon out of USC or Chris Bell out of Louisville. I think would be good choices if they're going to let Geno go and keep Kenny, and they're going to have to get him a little bit more help. When a tight end is the leading receiver on your team, you start to look like the Browns because they don't have any wide receivers. Speaking of the Browns, Kevin Stefanski was kind enough today to announce that Deshaun Watson was not going to be activated and would not play this season. I have been on I want Kevin gone, and I have been on the fence about our general manager, Andrew Berry. Andrew Berry got me Myles Garrett. He got me Quinton Judkins last year. He also got me Deshaun Watson. He got me Jerry Jeudy. Mm-hmm. He drafted a 5'11" quarterback in the 3rd round before he went and got me Shedeur. He needs to go.
Yeah.
And I almost don't care who we bring at GM. My head coach choices for them would either be to steal Todd Monken from the Ravens or to get me Clint Kubiak out of Seattle.
Listen, quit taking my coach.
Kubiak is not going to be. This is my bold prediction. He will not be the OC of Seattle next year. He will be.
We'll see how this season ends first, but
he will be head coaching somewhere. So I think I would love to see a head coach change. If not, then they've got to get a wide receiver. And I'm going Homer. I want Carnell Tate out of Ohio State. We took an Ohio State running back last year. My leading receivers are all tight ends in Cleveland, the same as they are in Las Vegas. It's very easy for a team to scheme against you from a defensive standpoint when they know your wide receiver core is a joke and you're going to run 2 and 3 tight end sets. So both of those teams need a wide receiver. The Bengals was harder for me because a lot of their problems are because Joe Burrow's been unhealthy, but their defense is horrible. And as much as I like Zach Taylor, he needs to go, and they need a defensive-minded head coach. I would get them Robert Saleh from the 49ers because his problem with the Jets is he didn't have a quarterback. Nope. You've got one in Cincinnati. I'd steal Steve Spagnuolo from Kansas City. I'd go after Jesse Minter from the Chargers. Those are defensive coordinators that could come into Cincinnati and fix their defensive problems. We could look at Lisa knows Reuben Bain Jr. from Miami would be a massive upgrade to that defense in Cincinnati if we're looking at who they should grab in the draft. But I think they need to seriously consider making a change at head coach because it's just not working. And you are wasting Jamar Chase's years. You're wasting Chase Brown and you're wasting Joe Burrow, who can't stay healthy because their offensive line ain't great either.
Right.
So I think I touched on all 4 of my
You did. All right, let's go back. Our comment section has lots of comments about the AFC. So let's go ahead and look, I put this up before, but it's because Big Red cracks me up. Got to check the height of quarterbacks. It's all for Lisa. And then they're like, Lisa wants a tall quarterback as long as the quarterback is over the 2.
Listen, you know it. I'm done. I'm done. And I think Cleveland's done too.
Getting bigger and bigger. You got to see over them.
I know. It's so true.
Yeah.
Coach wants you to take Mike McCarthy so that the Giants won't do that. And then Big Red says South Carolina Gamecock fan, the name Shula gives him PTSD.
It's not Mike though. It's Chris.
No,
it's not the son. It's the grandson. 2nd generation Shula. So
Yeah.
And Kristen and I, you cannot have. Can we just have 2? We can't have a coordinator 2 years in a row. That would be
Can I trade you for Miles?
Yeah. No.
Now is Clint Gary's son?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Coach doesn't think Pete's going to last much longer as a Raider.
I don't
kind of agree with him there.
Yeah, me too.
But he does agree that the Bengals need a new coach. But Kristen, they need a new owner. I love that from you, Kristen. So that's awesome. Love that so much. Do we blame head coach for a defensive issue? Whoops, wrong one. Sorry, my clicker's wrong. Do we blame the head coach for a defensive issue, or is it more about a DC? Well, it depends on how many times have you changed your DC and your problems remain, right?
Yeah.
Like that's kind of what you got.
Yeah, and to me, if your head coach doesn't know what's wrong with your defense and keeps hiring the wrong DCs, then maybe you need a defensive-minded head coach.
Right.
For the Browns, they need an offensive-minded head coach. You've got Shedeur that needs some development. You've already got Jim Schwartz running your defense. Defense is not the problem in Cleveland.
No.
It's the offense. No. The Bengals' problem is the defense. So maybe a defensive-minded head coach will have more input, if not on the field, with the general manager on the pieces he needs that he's going to advocate for these people in the draft. Right?
And you got to make Joe happy. You got to get Burrow happy again.
You have to.
Something's up with that boy. I lit a candle at church the other day, and I'm saying prayers for him every night. He's got some personal things going on. Have no clue what they are, but I'm hoping he gets them sorted out because he is very talented. So.
He is so good. All right, so now we're going to move on to the NFC. Sonia, you want to go first? You want me to?
I can go first. So let's see. Who did I have? I had the Cowboys, I had the Commanders, and I had the Atlanta Falcons. So while I didn't quite go with like position pieces,
no, you're fine. I didn't either. So go ahead.
Kind of went overall.
Yeah.
the Cowboys need to take Jerry or they need to ask Santa for a retirement home for Jerry. Like they do. Uh-oh. They just Shady Acres, please.
In our text chat, I said we don't even have to do the Cowboys. Everyone knows they need to get rid of Jerry.
They do.
They do.
They do. Like, he's had a decent-ish run. Let him go to Shady Pines and just sit there and let Granddad.
His daughter needs to run it. She's kind of a boss.
Yeah, so seriously. I know.
It's like a place where you tell your kids your dog went when they passed away, and you don't want to tell them that, oh, he's gone to the Shady Pines puppy house to frolic and.
They have the talent, though, right? What is the missing piece? I guess that's the question. What is it? Just Jerry that just causes all this?
He can live a long time as long as he doesn't live running the Cowboys.
There you go.
It kills me.
It's interesting. The Cowboys are an interesting case. We're going to talk about them in the offseason quite a bit, I think.
I don't know what to do with them outside of that. I mean, first of all, they need a running back. Let's go there. But I think, yes. But really, though, Jerry just needs to go to Shady Acres and call it a day.
Love it.
Okay. The Falcons, they overall just need consistency. They need Sandy to give them some consistency because they can put together some great games and look like world beaters ish in a way, right? Like they beat the Bengals, or they beat the Bills, they beat they beat the Bills and then they lose to the Panthers 30-0. So it's just they are right there, I think, but they just need a little bit of consistency, and I think they've got themselves a team. Michael Penix, I would kind of maybe want to get him. No, I don't want to get him bubble wrap. I think he just needs a little bit more consistency, and he'll be all right. They'll be all right. And they figured out how to use Bijan Robinson. That really was my biggest thing, right? So
and Kyle Pitts. All of a sudden, he's doing good too. Yeah.
Yes, they figured out how to use those two, so that makes me happy.
We're this close to have been talking about the Buccaneers as one of these teams tonight. That loss to the Falcons this week.
The Panthers. They played the Panthers this week.
I thought was it the week before they had the Buccaneers?
Yeah, they played the Falcons the week before, but then they played the Panthers this week. Yeah.
We're this close to talking about that. Maybe we'll talk about epic collapses in a couple weeks.
Yeah, maybe.
You put Baker's name right there.
Colts.
Yeah.
And then for the Commanders, Darcy over here is reading my mind.
He wants to know how many options he has.
You get one present, Darcy.
You get one
present. And he gets bubble wrap for his QB. My gosh, he needs some bubble wrap because if they're going to just run him out and play him, he needs some bubble wrap so that he can stay healthy.
Get some meat and muscle on him.
Yeah.
He does. Bulk up. He's too thin.
Lisa, look now.
Listen, I don't have anything about the short. Bulk up.
But no, he just needs some bubble wrap. The Commanders need some bubble wrap for Jaden because I think he is it, and they need to protect him if they want to make any type of noise in that division. So bubble wrap for the Commanders. That's
fair enough.
Christmas list.
That's a good one. I did things a little more specifically, just a little bit. So your thoughts on it will be great too. So I had the Giants, the Cardinals, the Saints, and the Vikings, and so. For the New York Giants, I started looking into this to see what really they would need, right? What does this team need? And I thought instantly O-line. I went straight to their offensive line. I'm just kind of assumed. Well, interesting. I found out their O-line was ranked 28th to 30th for most of the season until they fired Brian Daboll. And then they jumped up in those games. They were playing so much better. So I was like, well, if you ask me, then that means coaching. That's what they need. They need a new coach, and they're going to get one. And so I think that that's probably going to be the most important thing for the Giants. And then some depth. Obviously, when they lost Malik, when they lost so many players to injury,
yes,
that
Scatterbo was able to run behind that awful line,
right? And so which was so much better. And so I think that really the Giants, they have a quarterback. They have some talent. They have some blue chip players. They just need a coach who can put it together. And Daboll definitely was not it. So I'm getting a coach for the Giants for sure.
Yes.
I think an offensive minded coach too. I think their defense is somewhat all right. All right. All right. Seahawks fans, don't get mad. But we're going to talk about the Cardinals. Here's the thing. There's so many things the Cardinals need. I was like, okay, they need a quarterback, right? Because we need to get rid of Kyler Murray. Well, you look at his dead cap next year, it'd be 99 million. Oh, I don't think they're going to do it. I know he's short. And then they definitely need some depth because then they need a whole new training staff. If you ask me, they were losing. I was saying, what they need is a coach. They need a coach who can take these players that have talent, Marvin Harrison, all of these other players that have talent. They need to put it together. So I picked a coach for them. And my NFC West fans are not going to like this in any way, shape, or form. But I think the Cardinals should do everything in their power to get Robert Saleh as their head coach. Here's why. Don't kill me. Because, number one, he understands that division. He gets the NFC West. And to compete in the NFC West, hello, look at them this year. You have to have a defense that can deal with these offenses, right? He understands how it works. He understands what is needed to win in this division. So my gift from Santa to the Cardinals hopefully will be Robert Saleh. Now, I realize I'm cutting my own throat here, but I'm just saying I think that would be amazing for them. Then I went on to the Saints. I struggled with the Saints too because I instantly went, they need a quarterback. But Tyler Show wasn't terrible. He has no one to develop him. So they just need an OC. They need this and that. Well, I went and looked. No, he just needs someone to throw the damn ball to other than Chris Olave. Like, it is amazing how little depth or talent that they have on that team. So I picked one position and I said wide receiver. They need someone that he can throw that ball to. And then if it still does not work out, it is still an issue, then you can dump your quarterback. Then you can start looking or draft one and start to develop it. I don't know that this year is the year to do that from what I've been reading, but I think that would be a really good thing for them just to get a wide receiver. Their defense needs lots of help. They need the running back. They need offensive linemen, but I think for the biggest impact, definitely going to get a wide receiver. And I think they're finally more positive on their cap space too. So maybe
here's my thing. Here's
my
thing.
NFL for a minute.
Yeah.
Here's my thing with this. When you look at the Saints, you look at the quarterback, Kellen Moore. He was a quarterback. Okay. And this is what I love arguments with people on chat, not you guys, but like on X and stuff like that. When people start talking about the Saints and their young quarterback stuff, Kellen Moore and the one guy was like, oh, Kellen Moore, he'll coach him up. Here's my question for you. Kellen Moore was a backup quarterback his entire career. Now, if he is such a guru at quarterback, why the hell was he a backup his whole entire career? That throws me. That blows my mind when people do that shit. It's like, he'll coach him up. He was a quarterback. He was a backup quarterback his entire career.
Yeah.
So what makes you think he's going to be an awesome quarterback coach when he couldn't even coach himself to be a damn starter in the league?
And let's be honest, he was kind of the only coach left when they hired him.
That's the truth.
I mean, right? Mm-hmm. So I don't know. It'll be interesting.
It kills me.
All right. So the last
I don't hate it, Dana. I don't hate another receiver for New Orleans, but I feel like their offensive line is a bigger. Chris Olave's got 1,000 yards. Alvin Kamara doesn't even have 500 on the ground.
That's a really good point.
He's got almost 200 receiving. They can't run the ball. Mm-hmm. So they can't get any balance. I don't know if another receiver helps them get the balance. When they're able to get balance, they win games.
The list was long on the Saints. It was a long list. Yeah, for sure. They're going to have to.
You can only pick
I think it's
going
to take a couple years for them, right? I could only pick one. And then the last team I had was the Vikings. And I will tell you that I didn't see a huge bunch of glaring needs with them, but in one area, they really need some help in the secondary. So I picked a player for them. So I was like, who could come in and help you the most on your secondary? There is a free agent in 2026 for the Rams, Cameron Curl. He's a safety out of there. I don't think it would be someone who would break the bank for them. He's going to get good money, but not crazy money. But he seems indispensable to the Rams. And I would be surprised if the Rams didn't re-sign him. I'm just going to put that out there. But if the Vikings could get him, he looks to kind of fit in there, and they could get some help in that secondary. And then that would take some of the pressure off of JJ trying to keep up with these in these other offenses. So that's what I'm thinking. So my gift to the Vikings is going to be Cameron Curl, which I don't think Rams fans would appreciate. I'm just pissing off the NFC West today, but all right. So that's our list. We've got a bunch of NFC comments here. Kristen says, "Yikes, the Bucs are going to fall off." I think so too. I think they're getting
too.
Yeah.
They're where the Lions were to me last year.
Right.
I think the injuries just
we've all seen those of us in Cleveland have seen this movie before.
I know.
Hurt. Baker got hurt a few weeks ago, and he won't let them take him out so he can get better. And he's playing hurt. You can play hurt. You can't play injured. When you play injured, you hurt the team. And so,
but I also heard Josh Allen was hurt, and Sean actually said in the press conference they have a hard time with him because he won't answer them honestly because he wants to be out there so bad. He said that today in today's presser, and it drives them crazy because, like you said, if you're hurt,
you're not helping.
You're going to end up doing is hurting your team in the end. But he won't say it. They said so.
He's too competitive, and that's dangerous because God forbid he gets hurt in a game worse, and then he's out for the rest of the year. This is, in Buffalo, that the minute Kansas City was eliminated, Buffalo Bills fans were like, all right, everyone, no Bengals, no Chiefs, everyone out of our way. We're the front runner. And it's like, not if Josh Allen gets hurt.
Not so fast.
So, Darcy says his team needs more than one, though. He was talking about the Commanders. It's fair. We could only give one, though, sir. That was it.
Sorry.
And then, Big Red says, give Daniel some help on the line to protect him. He's clearly good enough. Completely agree.
Yes.
He just needs to eat more meat.
Yeah. Kristen says the Cardinals need everything. They do. They need backup. Absolutely. They need depth. That you're absolutely right there for sure. And then Big Red decided to talk about the Super Bowl. Big Red, we're not to the Super Bowl yet. We got to get there still. Hold on. Let's see. Then we have Coach says, my New York Giants need help. So I don't think that Santa can help my New York Giants until the Coughlin exit press conference is lifted. It is. Yeah, that's funny. Bob wants to send Pete Carroll to the Cardinals. I don't think that would help them, Bob. I just don't. Kristen, thank you. She says she likes the Saleh idea. Thank you so much. I think that is really good.
I think he deserves a second chance. I do.
I agree. His issues were the Jets management and the quarterback situation.
Exactly. I agree.
That was because he was there when Aaron Rodgers broke himself on his first play out of scrimmage or whatever, right? Like,
exactly.
Big Red, I took a picture of your comment. So if that ends up being the Super Bowl, we will give you props. And I think
absolutely.
I think the next time we take a week off, we should publicize our Pick'em show so that everybody can see that Big Red picked Carolina to win the division.
He did. He totally did.
He did. He called it.
That's right. He absolutely did. All right. So then we have, let's see. Big Red says Tua and Baker are the opposite sides of the coin. One can't get healthy because he doesn't want it. The other one can't get help from staff. Yeah, I think that's probably true. That is our comments for them today. It's really interesting, I think, once you get to this stage to see, in my opinion, how teams handle being out of the playoffs. What is their game plan at that point? They're going to start pulling players because, unless they're close to at least finishing second in the division or whatever, you're going to see teams do what Lisa likes is play your young guys, see what you got, right?
Yeah.
Let's see what's happening there.
So I'm liking it. I'm liking that.
And there's a teams with a lot going on. I mean, the Kansas City Chiefs announced yesterday that they are leaving Arrowhead and they're going to build a new stadium in Kansas. Literally, they're building it 7 minutes from my house. Anyone wants to rent my house for a Chiefs game, go ahead. But so it's and so they have that drama going on. Plus, Patrick Mahomes is out. Plus, Travis Kelce will he? Won't he? Which he's going to retire, guys. And so you have all these things. So you see how they handle that drama. Will they start to play their young? Let's see what kind of happens there. So I think that's one of the more interesting parts of football that sometimes gets overlooked toward the end of the season is the teams that are not going any further. What do they decide to help? All right. Big Red, I promised you we would talk about this week because you kept wanting me to talk about it last week. And I said I had to get past the Rams. Yes. we beat the Rams. But I had to get past the Rams. Lisa, was that not a great game?
That was a great game. I finally got a great game.
Oh, it was.
Oh, I finally got a great game.
All right. So Big Red says, does the Seahawks loss hurt Carolina as long as they beat Tampa? I think it depends. Okay. Gosh darn it. I had this earlier today. I think Big Red, I think it depends on what happens with the Bucs. If the Bucs also lose, then it comes down to that last game. I think pretty much most of it's going to come down to that last game between the two of them.
The scenarios are ridiculous still.
Yeah.
The scenarios, guys, because the seeding is still what everybody's playing for. And divisions. We still got some divisions that are coming. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on.
You understand, in the NFC West, there's 3 teams playing for the division. And 3 teams playing for the first seed.
Yeah, and that's what they said. I mean,
that's
how scenarios going all over the place. It's like, I can't.
Let's see. Yet. Oh, God, love Darcy. I think Darcy, we should just have you on as a producer, and you can just do all our stats for us. Tampa winning their last 2 wins the NFC South, regardless of what Carolina does this week. Okay, so
Tampa has to win out, which they said they don't think they will.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Darcy, so much.
They will this week.
Yeah.
So the AFC South is super tight with the Panthers at 8-7, the Bucs at 7-8, and then the other divisions are pretty well set in the NFC. In the AFC, you've got the Steelers at 9-6 with the Ravens at 7-8, and the other division. So those are the only 2 where there's really a tight, like you have to win the division or you're not getting in. The other divisions, there are some tight races with 10, 11, 12 wins, but they're going to send 2 or 3 teams to the playoffs. The AFC North and the NFC South are going to send 1 team, and it's only going to be the division winner.
Okay.
For a team like the Browns, we have the Steelers this week. I have tickets to this game. We're looking to play spoiler. We hate them. They hate us. And it's in Cleveland.
Spoil away.
You know what I mean? So
you're so bad.
I hate Aaron Rodgers. Sorry.
I watched that game, and I just continue to find them to be the most unlikable team in football.
But we love Mike Tomlin. I don't get it. I love Mike Tomlin. I
love Mike Tomlin, but that's it. And I stand by what I tweeted. That umpire who announced the call at the end of that game, the Detroit Steelers game, I don't argue the call. It is the most ridiculously incorrect verbalization of a call that I've ever heard. He says there's a touchdown, and then he says there's a penalty, and then he says, but by rule it will not be enforced. And then he starts to walk away, and we're like,
game over. He said game over.
And then he's like, wait, the touchdown doesn't count or something. And and it was just the most confusing. I've never seen OPI called that much in a game, let alone in the last 4 plays.
But listen, you have to call those. I mean, there's a way to pick people to make it obvious. Those dudes were just railroading them.
And this is going to be my prediction. So we've spent a lot of time talking about the tush push. At some point, ladies, I want to talk about setting a pick in football like it's a basketball game. If you're the receiver, you don't see that you got the guy here, you're trying not to hit him, and you hit the other guy. That's not fair. Yeah. That's not OPI. That's not. No. And they took advantage of it, and Detroit couldn't adjust to it. But
so Darcy gave us another little scenario. We just love you, Darcy. It says you also have Denver, Chargers, New England, Jacksonville, and Houston all battling for the number 1 seed in the AFC. That's what I'm saying.
The seeds are ridiculous.
Yeah, that is. And I think, like I said, there's 4 teams battling for it. So we have the Seahawks, Rams, and Niners, and the Bears, I think, are the 4 teams in the NFC. And oh my God.
Yeah. I mean, the Eagles.
I will be crowing from the rooftop about how wonderful the Bears are. If they can beat San Francisco next week, I will love you forever, Chicago.
The Eagles want to be in that conversation with their 10 wins, but they're just not. You've got 11 and 12 win teams that are battling for that. So
it's a little crazy. So, oh my gosh, so much fun. All right, everyone. Well, first of all, we want to wish everyone happy holidays. If you are just wrapping up Hanukkah, I hope it was wonderful for you. Merry Christmas to everyone who does. Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, all the good stuff, and have a great new year. But we will be back next week. We are going to be here. And so we will have a much clearer picture, I think, of what is happening. I wouldn't be surprised because that'll just be 1 week left.
Yeah.
We're going to start to get some firings. We're going to start to get those grumblings. All those end of season things are going to start to happen. So we hope that you guys join us right here on YouTube every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern time. And I hope everyone has a great holiday. Bye, everybody.
Happy Christmas.